What's happening, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Yes, indeed. Hopefully, all y'all woke up, gave thanks to the man upstairs for waking y'all up, letting y'all make it through another day. Because I know every time I open my eyes, I give him thanks. Every time. And actually, I give him thanks when I lay down to go to sleep for letting me make it through another day. Seeing my loved ones. And my loved ones seeing me. Now, Latruth, man, I need you to beware. I really do need you to beware of what's going on or what could be, okay? Because you can't put nothing past this woman because of the things that she's already did. You can't put nothing past her. That's why I got a picture up here of years ago when you actually was with her and you were taking care of all of her kids. And now you got to see he hasn't saw, let me refresh y'all. He hasn't saw these kids personally since they were this little, maybe a little bit older. Okay, maybe a little bit older because they got divorced a little bit after this picture. But maybe a little bit older, okay? But not too older, okay? Because their little girl they had together wasn't that old when they separated. But regardless, all of a sudden it's okay for you to reunite with them as far as seeing them. All the other times you saw your child and your child got back with her sister and brothers, they never was involved in seeing you. Why? Because I know everyone else should know because you would have filmed it just like you filmed this interaction with you and them kids. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of filming every aspect of your life, but okay, you would have filmed it. Just, like I said, just like you filmed this interaction. But you need to beware because those kids did lie on you and say you were a bad. I can't even. I have to go back all the way so I can be able to actually say verbatim what was said. But remember and understand whether you. I'm pretty sure you do. The point is whether you're actually gonna act on it. They did turn on you. Now I can't say they're wrong because it was all coerced by their mother. So I can't say it was wrong. It was all coerced by their mother. So they're only doing what their mother asked them. So I can't say that's wrong because I know if I was that age and my mom asked me something, I would run with her as well. I wouldn't, have the maturity to understand that that's wrong, and I'm not about to do that, Mama. I'm not about to talk about that man when that man was good to me. So you have to understand because they're not adults yet. They're still young kids. None of them are adults. None of them are even at that age to be adults. Even close to adults. So their mother still can say some foul stuff and they would go with her with it. The same way when her and Janelle got into it, she had them kids back up everything she said almost. At least one of them boys. I can't remember. I don't know which one it was. But she had one of those boys back up almost everything she said. And what's going to even be sadder is which I can just see it happening because there's too many women that do this type of stuff that be on the type of vibe she on. Have their kids in the middle of a mess that they created. And the fact of them boys are going to want to protect their mother, they're going to involve themselves in that mess. And when their mother is the prime reason, that is a problem. No different than I'm glad that you had enough sense to videotape everything that was going on between you and her. Because if you didn't videotape it, people would have believed that you was the man that she was trying to portray you to be. And then, don't forget, she had his other daughter saying that he was beating on her when he only disciplined her for whatever reason it was. It was discipline, and it was justifiably being disciplined. And then she also act like her and the daughter were so cool and together and this and that third when they went out of town. And like I said then, y'all will never see her and that daughter together ever again. And you never did. You never did. Not one more time. So make sure y'all catch on to that. And Latruth, I hope you listen to me, brother. I hope you be watching me. I hope you be watching my videos. I really hope you do, because you need to be aware of what possibly could be going on. And like I've been saying, I saw you more with that little girl of yours in the last 2 months than I have her whole life, as far as since y'all separated. Now you need to be paying attention to something. That she could be okay with you seeing those kids, being around those kids, because they need a babysitter. And you're the prime target. Don't think it's just out of the blue she's okay all of a sudden with you seeing those kids. Don't think it flies like that. And I don't really care who was the driver of that car, or that van. Doesn't matter to me. None of them would have did that. Some people that left me comments saying it was the baby daddy number one. Okay, that get knocked out as far as whether it wasn't, if he was doing that without Breonna knowing, because he does her bidding. Even after she talked about him sicking trying to sick pit bulls on her and the kids and the whole nine, he's still on her team. Okay? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You were on her team as well. When she was doing you bad, talking about you bad, you only stepped to the plate as far as when she was tarnishing your name and she was ruining your reputation. You know, that's when you stepped in. But let's keep it 100. This could be what she's doing. Not ruining your reputation, but using you because she just had a baby. Maybe two, I don't know. You know, that's still up for debate. But maybe that could be used. Maybe that's the reason. Have you ever put that in play? Okay, she has to let you see your daughter. But like she hasn't been letting you see them other 3 kids. So come on now. Put your thinking cap on, Latruth, and really understand. You can love them kids, and them kids can turn their back on you like they did before. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with loving them kids, because them kids clearly still have love for you. But I guarantee you they love their mama more than they love you. And they haven't matured enough, regardless of the love factor, they haven't matured enough to know that, okay, that man ain't did nothing wrong to me, and I'm not about to sit here and lie on that man. That's the biggest thing you need to think about. Okay? Have they matured enough to know that, okay, they know you haven't did anything to them to hurt them. But do you think they have matured enough to stand up to their mama and say, I'm not about to sit here and lie for you on that man? Because you got to, I need you to remember that if you didn't videotape the stuff that she was doing, you would have been up shit creek, man. And her having them kids say the stuff that they said would have helped and would have been so bad. It would have been so bad for you. It would have made you look so bad. Just the fact alone that you recorded what was going on helped you out. But the biggest thing you need to have in you put in your brain, if it's not already in there, is that they turned their back on you and lied on you. That's what you need to do. Regardless of how good and how loving they are to you, they turned their back on you, and it was because of their mother. I'm not acting like they wanted to. I don't know what they wanted to. I'm not no psychic. I'm not in nobody's brain. But the fact still is that they turned their back on you and talked about you. So you need to remember that. Because they still can do it now. And she could be as well without that situation happening. She could be using you. And that ain't cool. It shouldn't be cool to you, at least. The fact that it's okay for them to spend time with me now that you had these other babies. Allegedly. That shouldn't be cool with you. Why haven't I been able to spend time with them these last few years? But it's okay for me to spend time with them now. The same way you should be. I know you're happy to spend time with your daughter. That's cool, fine, and dandy. But you should be having a problem with these last few years. I've been having to go back and forth to court to even just make you let me see my daughter. So I need you to think about those things, man. You need to really think about those things and think about why all of a sudden you're able to see those kids. And that's real, man. Think. There are a few things that could be going on and you would be the culprit. Remember, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, I forgot what that's in it, but fool me 3 times, the blame is mine. And if you let this happen to you again, you're wrong. Not nobody else, you. What they call it, what is it, Robert Hampton, or whatever your name is, Robert something, whatever. You're the problem. The fault is all yours. You, pure point blank. Because you should see this a mile away. Serious business. Loving those kids is one thing. Because I understand you still have love for them. But falling for what's going on, if that's the case, you would be very stupid. You'll be a fool in love. Still. And that's wild. After all this time, you still a fool in love. You're still being a fool over letting her play you. If after all this time, you're still letting her play you, something is wrong. Something is wrong. And you're not listening to your own advice. Because you've been putting skits up like no other about man needing to step to the plate. But what you should be speaking on, putting up, and I think you got a book out. That's why I forgot the name of it. You know what I'm saying? You need to be taking your own advice if you let this happen, if this is what she's doing. You need to be taking your own advice. And if you ain't, you're being a true hypocrite. But all I gotta say is, man, beware. Beware. Because that could be happening. You don't know with this snake. You don't know. You do not know with this snake, not at all, what's going on and what's slithering in that brain of hers. And I'm not knocking none of these kids at all, because that's not their fault at all. Not none of these kids. I don't care about the few years they done grew and got older. I'm not saying nothing about that. They still ain't mature. They still ain't mature to where they can tell mama, no, mama, I'm not about to lie for you no more. That's what you should be thinking in your head. Seriously speaking. It's smart that you're recording what's going on, but you record a lot of things. But still, if you let this happen to you again, you're the fool. Real talk. Peace, I'm up out of here, y'all. Share, like, and subscribe.